operations, but I think Hurricane Ian also gave us a big challenge earlier in the week. Thankfully, Ian did not inflict a lot of damage at KSC, and we were able to get an initial assessment team out on Thursday afternoon, which then allowed us to open the center up for normal operations yesterday on Friday. And of course, that allowed the Commercial Crew program and SpaceX to restart their launch campaign and bring us where we are today, where we're welcoming Crew-5. You know, it's always super exciting when we see this airplane and our crew come, because we know launch is right around the corner. And this is Crew-5, you know, the 5th operational mission transporting our astronauts to the International Space Station, so we're really at a pretty solid cadence here. So I'd like to bring up to the microphone and say a few words, somebody who is no stranger to the Kennedy Space Center. He's a veteran himself of 4 space shuttle missions. He ran this center as a center director for several years, and he is now the top civil servant at NASA as our associate administrator. So please help me in welcoming Bob Cabana.
Thanks, Janet. It is always great to come home to Florida, but it's really great to be able to welcome Crew-5. Nicole, Josh, Kuishi, Deman, Wakata, and Anna. You know, the weather is just gorgeous. The vehicle's out on the pad. We're looking for a launch on Wednesday. Everything's tracking well. Obviously, we were blessed on this part of Florida. My heart goes out to all the folks on the West Coast. Absolutely devastating what Ian did there. And fortunately, it was down to about 55 knot winds when it hit us, and we had some flooding and stuff, but overall, we're looking good. And it was really good that we got that big rocket back in the barn. Ian tracked right between pad 39A and B as it went across, and it was great knowing that SLS and Orion were safe getting ready for Artemis 1. Right now, we're probably looking at the window that starts around 12 November for that next launch attempt, and I'm really looking forward to getting that big rocket going and getting us back on our way to the moon in a sustainable way. But right now, this is all about Crew-5 and Expedition 68. It's great to see the crew here. It's great to see some guys getting ready to get in space and prepare us for the future, doing all the science and engineering that we need up there to prepare us for going back to the moon and eventually on to Mars. So with that, it is my pleasure to introduce Junichi Sakai, the manager for the International Space Station for JAXA. Sakai-san.
Thank you for introducing me, Bob. My name is Sakai Junichi, ISS Program Manager of JAXA. First of all, on behalf of JAXA, I would like to sincerely express an appreciation to NASA leadership, space exploration, technologies corporations, and all the members who worked hard for Crew-5 launch preparation and continuing ISS operation under such COVID-19 situation. It is a great honor for all the Japanese people, including me, that Japanese astronauts board operational spacecraft of Crew Dragon and contribute ISS on-orbit operation with international partners. I do believe that the close partnership between international partners, especially United States and Japan, for a long time in space, has brought this. Making the best of his knowledge and mutual, his rich experience in past 4 flights, I am sure that astronaut Koichi Wakata will lead, coordinate, and succeed in multiple missions, variety of missions, with his American and Russian colleagues, astronauts, and cosmonauts. I'm looking forward to this coming launch and will continue final preparations. So guys, see you a half year later. Godspeed you. Thank you.
Okay, so Crew-5 is a pretty special crew, and it's my pleasure to let you hear from them now, and I'd like to introduce the Commander Crew-5, Nicole Mann.
Thank you so much. We are excited to finally be here in Florida, and we are ready for launch. I would like to thank the NASA and the SpaceX team for all of their dedication and their flexibility in the wake of the hurricane. It's incredible to see the team come together. When we flew in today, we had a chance to do a pad flyby, and although we come to the Cape quite often as astronauts, it's a different feeling entirely when you come and you see the rocket that you'll be flying on a few days, sitting on the launch pad, and to land here. Together as a crew, we've been training for almost a year, but our preparation has begun long before that. Koichi will be his 5th flight to space, and he's been training for 3 decades. And for Josh and Anna and I, this will be our first flight. We have each trained almost a decade, each of us, in preparation, and we have really come together as a crew. I'm here to tell you that we are ready to go to launch Crew-5, and I'd like to take a chance to have you hear from the rest of the crew. First, I'll introduce our PLT, Josh Cassada.
Hi, everybody. It's time to get to work. Nobody does this alone, and we have thousands of people around the globe who we need to thank for getting us to this spot. This is really special for me in particular to be sharing this with Nicole Mann, one of my closest friends on the planet and 2 of my closest friends off the planet. This is a remarkable opportunity for all of us. Like Nicole said, we have trained and prepared for years for this. It doesn't come easy. It doesn't come easy for anyone. And we just want to thank everyone who has supported us up until today, everyone who is making this launch happen even on the heels of a hurricane, and everyone who's going to support us every day as part of Expedition 68. We're incredibly lucky to be part of this team. We've got this. We've all got this. And I just can't tell you how grateful we are for this opportunity. Now it's time for us to go get to work on a space station. Thank you.
Next, we have the famous Koichi Wakata.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, my prayers and thoughts go out to all the people in Florida who were affected by the devastating hurricane. I hope with this launch, we will brighten up the skies over Florida a little bit for everyone. It's great to be back at the Kennedy Space Center with my wonderful crewmates. I am so honored to be part of the diverse and international crew. It is this global cooperation that enables us to maximize the ISS utilization, to promote commercialization in low Earth orbit, and to take us forward to the moon, Mars, and beyond. We're ready and go endurance. I'd like to say a little bit in Japanese. 日本の皆さん、こんにちは。JAXA の若田です。フロリダに到着して、準備は、万全です。訓練、運用、計画、管理通して、ご尽力いただいた皆さん、日本から応援してくださっている皆さんにここから感謝したいと思います。
訓練通してですね、できることはすべてやりきったと思います。人事を尽くして、天命を待つという心境です。互いに思いやるチームワークを持って国際宇宙ステーション計画の成果を最大化できるようこの長期滞在に全力で臨みたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。Now I would like to introduce you two are enthusiastic, vigilant, and always cheerful. Our crewmate, mission specialist 2, Anna Kikina.
Thank you very much. Hello. I want to say many difficulties behind our backs. Everybody knows it. And people tried and continue to do a big job in order to have a happy life for everybody, to really good and successful job, and to have many interesting working together and development. And I want to share with you my feelings. I really want to say to life from my side and to everybody who made for me that unbelievable, incredible opportunity to be a part of our joint big something for all of us, and to be a part of that great for me, maybe for you also, Crew-5. I really love my crewmates. I really feel good, comfortable, and interesting job everywhere, wherever I be. In America, in NASA, in SpaceX, in Russia, everywhere, people, specialists, engineers, everybody trying to do your job to have joint successful. And I say thank you very much for everybody, for life, for that opportunity. We will do our job the best way. Happy? Happy? Yes? Thank you very much.
All right, folks, we're going to spend some time taking some questions from the media for the crew. We have a microphone set up here on the corner, so please go ahead and queue. Before you ask your question, please state your name and your outlet. And if we're ready to go with the first question, we can go ahead and get started. Thank you.
Hello, Marcia Dunn, Associated Press for the Commander. You're about to become the first Native American woman in space, and I was wondering if you could share something about your heritage with us. Is this on your mother or father's side, both? Was it a big part of your growing up, and what are you taking up to celebrate? And lastly, why is this important for all Native Americans out there?
Absolutely, thank you. Yes, I am very proud to represent Native Americans and my heritage. You know, it's interesting, we're all from very unique, different backgrounds. We all came from different educations and different job specialties, and it's really great to see everyone coming together. So I think it's important to celebrate our diversity and also realize how important it is when we collaborate and unite the incredible accomplishments that we can have. Launching here on Wednesday to the International Space Station, we will join 2 other cosmonauts and Frank Rubio, an American astronaut, as part of Expedition 68. And we were all focused together on mission success. So we hope that this will inspire young children throughout the world that come from varying different backgrounds. In fact, I hope it inspires adults as well to follow your dreams, to realize that the limitations that we may have in the past are starting to be broken down, and that we're able to achieve things when we work together that perhaps were things that were not possible long ago. Thank you.
What are you bringing up to celebrate your heritage? And just a few sentences about your own self, please, in that regard.
Of course. So I'm bringing many pictures of my family, some couple special charms to commemorate the mission. I do have a small dream catcher there that is from my mother that will be a a special part, I think, of my childhood and of my community and my family that will represent.
Hi, Richard Tribou with the Orlando Sentinel. This is also for Colonel Mann. It's actually a follow-up since Marcia mentioned this, but you have the opportunity as being a member of this crew, and also you're on a lot of hardware because you were with Starliner, now you're with the Dragon. I've seen you in an Orion capsule, but looking forward to your potential as a member of a Native American tribe to maybe travel to the moon, maybe step on the moon. What would that mean, to you personally, to your mother, with this dream catcher that you're bringing, to your child? And I would just like you to speak to that grander vision. Thank you.
Absolutely. I mean, we are on the cusp of launching to the moon with Artemis and SLS. It's incredible that all that's going on here at Kennedy Space Center with Dragon launching now, Starliner launching hopefully very soon, and now Artemis and SLS. I think it's an exciting moment for all astronauts. We all have the potential to go to the moon. All astronauts at NASA are trained and will be prepared and, of course, eligible for these Artemis missions. I think to each person, stepping on the moon will be quite a profound impact personally. But I think globally, which is more important, that the person that steps on the moon is just one piece of this huge team, right? These thousands of people that Josh talked about, the thousands of engineers and scientists that Anya talked about. It's the people coming together to make this happen. And while it might be, one or two people that have that opportunity to actually step foot on the moon, you're representing all of humankind. You're representing the people coming together, us exploring deeper into space beyond low Earth orbit and eventually to Mars. So when we look at the grander picture of that, that's where our focus is. As an individual, I know we all feel humbled and honored just to be a small part of that.
Hi, this is Ted Staro from NHK, Japan Broadcasting Corporation. I have a question for Wakata-san. Well, I'll ask a question in English, but I would like to ask you a favor to answer in Japanese and English, both languages. So, Wakata-san, so it's been 26 years since you left Kennedy Space Center for STS-72 mission for the first time space flight as a rookie astronaut. So how does it like to be back here with the fresh faces as and what do you feel and what's your take about being the senior, senior in terms of experience, not in age, astronaut to be back here in KC?
Well, thank you very much for the great question. Bob Cabana was the chief of the astronaut office when I was assigned to my first mission, STS-72, back in 1996. And it's great to be back here. And I just got an email from my first commander, Brian Duffy, who cheered me up, preparing for the flight. So it's great it's my honor to work with the great astronauts at NASA who trained me well. And I hope I can contribute to kind of making it a little bit easier for the first-time flyer to fly in space and preparing for this long-duration space flight. So it's been an honor for me to be back here, and the wonderful people and very dedicated people all around the Kennedy Space Center and NASA and the International Partners of the Space Station. I really appreciate to all of them. 最初に宇宙飛行しましたのは1996年。の1月でしたけれども、その時に私の NASA の宇宙飛行士室のチーフがここにいらっしゃるボブ・カバナさんでした。 昨日私の初めての宇宙飛行の時のコマンダーのブライアン・ダッフィーさんから、激励の E メールをいただいて、そういった素晴らしいリーダーに恵まれて、そういった人たちから私は多くのことを学ばさせていただいたと思います。恩返しという意味も含めて、今回私と一緒に飛ぶ、3名のルーキーの仲間がいますけれども、宇宙飛行、特に最初のところをですね、少しでもトランジションが簡単になるように、ベテランとして支えていきたいなというふうに思っています。
Okay, well, there's another question. For 30 years of experience as an astronaut, so what does it mean for you to fly with this multinational crew in the middle of turmoil around the ISS or the space exploration?
As Nicole, Josh, and Anya all mentioned, we work together as a team, and we already have onboard crew members on board the space station. And this is, our job to focus on what we can do to maximize the utilization of the space station. And it is very important to have this international cooperation to make the International Space Station program more stable, to maximize the output and outcome of the space station. And that's what we are going to do. And I'm very proud to be part of this international crew. 国際協力の下で国際宇宙ステーション計画が進められておりますけれども、私たちにできるということは、チームワークを持って協力して国際宇宙ステーション計画その利用の成果を最大化することだというふうに思います。現在、私はこの仲間、すでに宇宙ステーションに到着している仲間もいますけれども、そういった仲間と協力してチームワークをきちんと維持して、しっかり成果を出していきたいというふうに思っています。Thank you.
ありがとうございました。
Hi, Ken Kramer, Space Up Close. Well, first of all, congratulations to all of you, and it is a beautiful day here. So I'd like to give the fourth crewmate a chance to talk. Anna, let me ask you a question. This is your first flight. You've been a cosmonaut for a while, so it's been a lot of work. I'd like you to talk about the work you had to do to get here. Also, I'd like you to talk about the science experiments. I'm a scientist. I'd like to know the science experiments, some of the key ones that you're going to be working on. Are you going to do a spacewalk? And I'd also like to know if you're going to be doing outreach to the Russian children. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Yes, you're right. I'm training since 2012. It's not short period, but very interesting period. And I nothing did special to have a part for that team, that crew, because of my heads, my leaders just point me and told me, do you want to be a part of Crew-5? Yes, why not? But I was so surprised, and it was, for me, didn't expectable. After that, everything much beginning, very fast. On Russian segment, I can marking one such big part like to control European robotic arm from the inside, intra-vehicle operation, like third operator with help for guys who outside of station. It's a big part of my doing on the Russian segment. At this time, it is not no supposed that I will like active operator 1 or 2 outside extra vehicle operator, but it's possible. It's possible, and I'm ready. I certified for that work in a Russian suit. And certainly and definitely I will work with children on the station, with any children, that popularization of our work everywhere in the world. It's constantly working of any astronaut, cosmonaut on the station.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anna, I have a question for you. Very few Russian women have flown in space, and why do you think that is? And was it a hard road for you as a woman in Russia to become an astronaut and to be ready to fly in space?
It's true, it's not so simple actions, but it's possible. I don't know, somehow I did it. In my time, in 2012, many tests and obstacles, but I did it. I'm lucky, maybe I strong, but it happened. And then long period, not easy work also. And I managed to do it also, thanks for God, thanks for everything. For that, I had the power for that. Maybe because of I really interested in my work and my job and every day. That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everyone. I think that concludes our Q&A. This amazing crew is launching to the International Space Station on Wednesday, October 5th at noon Eastern Time. The NASA broadcast will start at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You can watch the launch on NASA TV, on the NASA app, and of course, all of our NASA social media. We want to thank everyone for joining us, and at this time, I'm going to pass it back to Janet Petro to close us out. Thank you.
I just want to thank you all for coming out today and for your support of the space program. Thank you to the crew for answering the questions and being here today. And best of luck, Godspeed, have a smooth flight up there, and go Crew-5. Thank you all.